And I get to.
You good.
Squeeze it.
I'm fine.
Don't try to clean it up at the end. Don't try. Yo, that was disrespectful, yo. That I don't. Hey, let me let y'all know something that go on right here. I have final right of refusal. What get cut out? That would have been gone.
He done smacked so many bitches at this point.
Little baby ass.
Look. Oh, I thought you said the baby. My bad. Keep that in though.
To me, I like that she's. If you was my girl, I like that somebody told you to stand up. Because that means you just was focused on me. You ain't worried about nothing else. You just
we
like
know how you are.
My man is. Oh, did he tell me to stand up? What if I'm a victim of somebody thinking that I'm just a bad guy?
It just sucks that you're a man.
So I just have to be a byproduct of somebody else's revolution.
Like
every single male must be wiped out, from baby to the elderly. Only then can women be free to create a new world. Like, what are you doing here? This nigga hairline is going back, and you over here talking about the nigga who diamonds is dancing. What's going on?
Your whole life is revolved around talking about other people's lives.
What the fuck do you think your ass is doing on that podcast now?
This podcast is sponsored by Graffiti Tax Services. For all your tax preparation needs, you can go to graffititax.com. We're going to put the link right here. It should be somewhere. And yeah, you can head to them for during tax season. And if you have any financial or tax preparation questions, head to Graffiti Tax Services. They're our new sponsor. Thank you to Graffiti Tax Preparation Services. That's it.
I've been looking at some things, and I've understood what's been going on and what we're becoming. Because, like, we didn't step into this with just being, like, one thing. We knew we had to, like, find our direction in the process. And recently we've been having success in becoming the podcast that just talks about people's relationships.
It's kind of
nasty.
The thing that I've hated most.
But I feel like we don't do it in a bad way.
We don't do it in a corny way.
Yeah, we don't try to like act like we're doing something better than them.
Yeah, which
most of the times
I would kill us both if. Is it too early?
I like to think of us vicariously. Living through the celebrity. Like these are stuff we would never do to each other.
Yeah.
So we just like put ourselves in their situation and then have like the conversation as if that was our thing, because we wouldn't do that to each other. Mm-mm. So, I mean, that's where I just think it's fun to do that exercise. It's like being able to like practice the argument without actually having to do anything to spark it. And then it's just, we get entertained by it. We get people listen.
We're definitely entertained by it, and people are entertained by it too, apparently.
So if you were expecting something hard hitting and riveting more, we're doubling down in this episode. One could even say tripling down. And what's been working? We're going to the whale.
Yeah. We're going to look at the analytics, and then we're going to lean into what's working.
So if you want the shit that you want to work, you got to go back to old episodes and listen to those so the analytics go up and we can see the spike. But we got to go with what's cooking, man. We got to cook with grease.
Yeah.
Or you got to clip up our stuff so then we know other people like it. Because that's when we know we made it.
Mm-hmm. When
strangers, niggas we've never had an interaction with, start doing that, that's going to be crazy.
I mean, that's happened a couple
I'm
of times.
talking about it's on TikTok, but I mean randomly you go in there, we get on like, how like the skill of dialogue, where he'll just post random podcasts and stuff like that. When you get on that part without having to pay for it, that's when shit get different. I remember when they was talking about DC Young Fly, and it was like this podcast. It was like in the basement. It was right after he lost his baby mama or whatever, and RIP to that. But they were just arguing about that, and it was like a big old kerfuffle about what the dude had said. It didn't get too much traction afterwards, but I don't think they wasn't prepared to have that kind of reaction. In my perspective, I've been there before.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was wild. It was wild when that one happened. But got anything else we want to touch on before we get into the music, or like did you want to stand on anything, some principle you're gonna have with our newfound niche?
I'm always gonna try my hardest to make men feel bad.
Fascinating.
I promise.
I don't know how.
Pinky promise.
There's going to be something we're going to read that's going to be in our disturbing section of the show that I want to just see your take on it because it ended bad. But
what happened?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Don't worry.
Okay.
We will get to it.
Are you tired of paying a lot of money for your vacation? My name is Shirley Proctor, and I am a partner with Tavodian, a traveling membership group. I can help you save time, money, help you and your loved ones see the world.
All right, you're now listening to Talk F&F TV, and I'm your host, Absurd Rhetoric. Peep that. Just know these are the words that always will reign true. When I'm with my lovely and amazing and thoughtful and courteous and considerate co-host, Miss Reality.
Hi, guys.
Watch the mic, baby.
Yeah, my bad.
Jesus, man.
My bad.
I've been doing this for 70-some episodes. Tighten up. But no, we are back with another installment. Like I said, we are now the relationship show. That's going to be something that's going to be highlighted here. So when there's relationship drama, we will be messy. I hate to break it to y'all, man. So
I'm going to be messy regardless.
And we're going to start with our favorite little toxic couple, our little muck. Our little toxic bunch, man. Cardi and good old Offset, man. So I'm going to tell you, I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying? I was doing little things, had some technical issues going on my day-to-day, but Cardi come through. So even through all that, I see her hitting that space button, and she got shit to say. She got shit she got to get off.
Oh, she was in the spaces?
No, she do her own spaces.
Okay.
She do it the same way every time. It's just her on stage, and she yell forever. Like, don't bring nobody up. Don't talk to nobody. She up there getting her shit off solo.
Good.
And I guess what happened,
it's entertaining every time.
What sparked it this go around, I guess Offset had tweeted something to the effect of like, oh, your fans are stopping you from getting the life that you really want, implying that they was together and she want to be with him, but because of this whole ideal that she's created around herself, she can't be with him. So that's like her argument. That's like what he was trying to say. So she goes nuclear. I didn't get everything because I didn't know if it was going to be this juicy, but I got enough.
Wrong, because I posted text messages about you because people was fucking playing with me. So I told you too, and I apologize to you about it. Like, cause you know what? My bad for posting those text messages. I didn't thought that people were gonna receive it like that, and I didn't thought it was gonna go so viral. I just felt a certain type of way that people was talking English shit about me because your messages got fucking fake leaked. Boom. Now what you're doing now? You're trying to make it seem to my fans and to these people like I'm lying, like if I'm trying to be a family with you, when you know that's not it. You know that's not it. I was being nice to you for one day. I was entertaining you for one day. Out of these couple of months, I had to tell you for one day because I broke up with somebody, and you fucking know that shit.
Allegedly, Stephon Diggs.
And now you're telling these people I'm lying, and I.
She went out a little bit. She was having some technical issues.
Technical difficulties.
I got more though.
Play it.
I got
very juicy.
I didn't get the screen record this one, but other people were doing their due diligence and doing their job in the streets, making sure they hitting that screen record button. Cause shawty, man, this was crazy. She really got more. I thought I had more stuff where she was yelling and crying, cause she was really in her feelings. Whatever he was doing, she really felt affected by that shit. So hold on, I got this one, other part of the space right here.
Let's cut it before I really go there. I told you, let's cut it. You've been trying me, bitch. The fuck? Stop. You.
And it was funny because she did two spaces, right? Like she did one and then she started going off and then it went out. It sounded like somebody grabbed her phone. Like somebody was like, get off, you need to stop doing all that. And then she came right back on. And she went right to it. Was crazy. Like just essentially what I got from it, and I could be wrong, Cardi, but this is how you made it seem like you let nigga fuck after whatever issue you was going on with your new dude, and he put you on blast. And then there was a bunch of other messages that came out where they was going back and forth. So excuse me if I'm reading this wrong. These individuals only made it to 3rd grade. So
these texts are hilarious.
So this is from Offset. Nobody win when the family fight. Stop capping. to these people to make yourself look like the hoe. It ain't the look you a fire woman, good music, but you focus on dick. And I'm trying to make me look bad and trying to make me look bad. Focus, bruh. Or brah. He said brah. This shit is whack from both of us. Drop the album and go up.
So this is a tweet or a
This
text?
is a tweet. That was a tweet. He said.
Okay.
Here's another one from her. Single and miserable? ? Nah. You just mad that I'm outside and you thought niggas wasn't going to be on me because in your words, I got 3 kids in my 30s. I'm miserable. I don't bother none of the hoes you fuck. But every guy I talk to, you DMing and talking shit about me like, let's not.
Ooh.
It's getting nasty.
Offset is messy as hell.
So to that first message that I read from Offset, she then responded. She said, so dating because I'm single means I'm just worried about dick? You sound like a dummy. Trying to be fake nice after you did what you wanted from the beginning, trying to push a narrative to these people. Congratulations. Fuck off and sign the papers today.
Ooh. Is he not signing the divorce papers?
A real, you can't. He got to get her back to wanting him, and then you give her the papers. That's the only way to do it. When you split the custody, this is what Offset saying. When you split the custody, I will. You ain't worried about music. You worried about the dick. Everybody can see it. All you talk about us dick. That's what he said. Us dick.
Is dick.
He tried to say is, but and in the clubs burnt, no music, no nothing, just drama. Yo, Offset.
I mean, yeah, he right. There's no music and just drama.
My nigga is fighting back. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Did you see the texts?
The ones that she was talking about in the first one when they was talking about him trying to fuck? That's just real nigga shit.
Them shits were hilarious, and I'm gonna read them. So Offset goes, damn, you look pretty. And then he goes, come over. And this is another day. This is the next day. He says, come over. And she goes, I told you, you never getting this pussy again. And I meant that.
We see that was wrong. That was a lie.
We don't know if this is before or after that one time they fucked.
No, because she talked about the leaks.
Okay.
Remember then she said, now you talking about the fan saying so.
And then he goes, I want to fuck. Why you being like that to me? You feel like you gonna be on me if you do?
That's real.
And he said, I want you. I miss your pussy. I miss your face you make when we fuck, which is
that's ill. That's the ill line right there.
And then she replies and goes, I don't feel like I'm gonna be on you. Y'all niggas just don't deserve. And that was that.
As you can see, Offset still got access, so shout out to a real one. She coming back, dog. Just keep weather the storm, whittle down the blade. It's just gonna get dull eventually.
I thought she was coming back, but I hope she don't, Cardi. I hope you stay outside. And I hope you keep making this nigga chest hurt.
No, it ain't. You seen him the other day. They had a clip at his birthday where she was at the club. I guess she had the appearance there as well for his birthday. And he was just sitting there looking at her the whole time.
Rolling Loud, I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I just know they was at a club for his birthday, and I seen he was looking at her.
It was a Rolling Loud event, and they were both. And you know he's been stalking her for mad long.
You gotta
just
hold
like
it down.
showing up to the events that she's doing because she has to post about it, so he knows where she's gonna be at. So I'm sure Offset just showed the fuck up, and then he was throwing money at her, and then she's throwing money back at him. And then I'm like, this is the pettiest shit I've ever seen in my life. I love y'all.
That's how
y'all are so toxic.
That's how you got to do it. That to me, this is a love rollout. This is gonna come out into a reality show or something.
You remember that picture of Chris Brown?
With Carucci?
Yes, on the sidewalk. Like, we're gonna get one of those from Offset and Cardi soon, and I cannot wait.
That might be in the next video. They might just recreate that in the next music video they do.
Like, oh my God.
I'm not
Imagine if Cardi B pops out with a nigga.
Mm-hmm. No,
like in a relationship.
She not doing that. She not doing that. She ain't popping out with no nigga.
Oh my! I want her to
with
though.
A nigga. She ain't gonna pop out with no nigga.
I want her to be seen with a nigga.
No, she still want Offset.
No,
Offset. Fuck all that bullshit. You know it that you won. You back in there. All you got to do is just keep applying the pressure.
I don't think he won. I think Cardi definitely slipped up and made a mistake by probably fucking him after they broke up.
If she's still giving you the pussy. She's still, the fact that she's even responding to those type of messages to you means she won it. She on the same time that
You might be a
on.
little right, because if she was fully over it, like she would have left that club. But she's
or she wouldn't have responded to them texts.
She's contractually obligated to
not
stay
the
at
club.
that club.
I'm talking about the text
the
messages.
text that she would have just not responded to those. Like, hit me up when you want to talk about the kids.
Yeah, it just would have been like a temporary block or something. Like she would have put the little notifications off on you or something. Like Offset, hold it down. You doing the right thing. She don't know no better. All right, she don't know no better. Okay, you just run the train the way you got to keep running it. It's gonna eventually get to the stop, and she gonna be back in the home. It's okay. These niggas don't really want nothing from but
I hope
pussy.
she rips the tracks off the fucking ground.
No, because that hurt everybody. That just hurt the whole family.
Yeah.
So no, you can't be
Fuck
advocating.
the family.
No, you can't be advocating for the whole.
Everybody's
destruction.
rich. The kids will be fine.
No, you can't destroy it. You think the way that they spend money, they think they got it liquid to last for a
Probably
year or two?
not, but Cardi
Okay.
can sell all the Birkins.
I'm telling you,
They hold their value.
That shit is liquid. That shit got to be different. I'm pretty sure they expense just for her a month is probably like 2 M's at the minimum.
A month? That's kind of crazy.
I think she was talking about it not too long ago. She said it was closer to like $2 million.
That's crazy. I couldn't imagine a month. Like, what are you getting surgical procedures every month?
Then you already know
$2 million. How much? Even the best bundles are like a couple $1,000s, and how much like?
But it's upkeep,
$2 million?
is management people having people around to manage all that look and stuff like that.
If you're talking about like her staff and
all
stuff
that
like
stuff
that,
comes
okay,
together. She's talking about what it costs
that
to be
makes
her,
sense. Okay,
to have everything around.
I'm like, girl, bundles don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it might have been less than 2 million if I remember what she said. But then Cardi said that weak ass other tweet talking about, remember she went on the live saying that the niggas go after the sevens and the low ones.
That's what I saw.
That was some cap.
More than anything, he said that the perfect the men don't go after perfect tens.
Doing the whole intimidated thing.
Yeah,
it's not that they intimidated by you. They don't want to negotiate with you when there's somebody who look just like you. Less headache. She can give me less headache. That's the truth. I'm sorry, Cardi.
And then I saw a bunch of people calling her not a perfect 10. Niggas was like, you calling yourself a perfect 10, girl.
They was posting the content. Then she tried to clean it. She tried to say she was by saying like her pussy was clean. And it was funny. Like it was like describing like a good sex worker. That's really what she described when she said why she was a 10. It was quite hilarious. And then she threw in like having her own paper and all that other stuff. It was like, girl, what are you talking about? That's just not how it operates. It is when you are at the range of wealth that you're in, it is the niggas that dominate that, because you not gonna want to put money on a nigga to keep him around like that.
Yeah,
that looks corny to women.
It 100% is.
It only works in the man's favor. Like the fact that you do way better than him, I mean, that's gonna be a curse for you more than anything. So stop with that whole. They ain't intimidated. They don't want to negotiate. That is a better turn of phrase.
If you say so.
I mean, just think about if you had it. Why would you? Just think about if you control like train companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had all on the East Coast, and then somebody is trying to sell one in the Midwest, but they like, I don't know if you can handle this, but you already got all of this experience handling the East Coast train. They like, oh, well, the Midwest just a different kind. You can be like, nigga, fuck what you talking about? Like, not about to negotiate with you to get your low ass train station when I'm already up in the train game like that. So it's kind of like that. But no, we still got some more relationship stuff to stay into. So Travis Hunter, my brother, we got to talk, man. Cause I feel bad because I'm really watching this content. I'm not just listening to everybody's commentary about it. I'm really looking at what's going on. And
that's a football player.
Yeah,
right?
The football player. He just won the Heisman, so salute to him. He just won the Heisman.
Give the people some context.
Played for Colorado State under Deion, wide receiver and DB. And he's been having a lot of social media blunders, I guess you could say, where his girlfriend is involved. Mm-hmm. And people are basically saying like, bro, that ain't the one for you. So some of their evidence for that is when they talked about when they first met, how she said he wasn't her type.
Yeah.
That's a big red flag right there. That does sound bad.
Because then what made him your type?
What changed over that time?
Yeah.
Maybe was it his, rise to fame in regards to
the potential NFL track that he was very fast on?
Yeah, like what changed in that? Then there was another video that happened a while ago, and this is the part that I was like, you got to understand when you're next to somebody like that and the people are on the eyes. Remember we talked about this last week? There's people who want to see your downfall. Mm-hmm. So they're going to infer any conflict between the two of you that they have publicly to go off of to say, oh, there's trouble in paradise. And then you go into what was going on with her, you know, them talking. They was arguing, essentially. This is like after like they senior game or something like that, the senior day game. And they was arguing. It's like, you got to understand your emotions need to be up. There's a clip of Patrick Mahomes' wife that goes viral where you see her mouthing to her friend, Patrick wants me to smile because he says I have resting bitch face.
Yeah, I saw that.
And that's a real thing though, because like, why are you not looking happy? Like I'm giving you anything any woman who's looking at you right now would want.
When you have resting bitch face, you could fully be happy, but you're just not currently smiling. Like people tell me that all the time. They be like, you look miserable. I'm literally so content. I'm so happy right now. This is just how my face looks. Like, I'm sorry you're offended about how the fuck my face looks when I'm just maybe like zoned out or something like that. And then Patrick Mahomes' wife, she's at these football games all the goddamn time.
Well, they was at a basketball game.
Wherever she's at, she's gonna. Like what? That's weird as fuck.
I just understand it when we're under such scrutiny, and then you also got to take into account. I'm with 100 guys in my locker room. All of us are not in the same pay status. We don't affiliate
Patrick
in the same
being
group.
paid more than everybody.
So yeah. So when I have somebody who wants to make a joke of me or wants to be funny or wants to kind of undermine me in front of the boys, they may use a clip or somebody manipulating something like that and to make me look bad. So it's like there are competitions going on even in the locker room.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, where it's like you got to be more mindful of that. And I'm trying to, and I understand her maybe being tired or them having some type of conflict.
She might not even, none of that might matter. If she has resting bitch face, that's just like when you're just like being.
Yeah, no, I'm
that's
saying with
just
the Travis,
what your face looks like.
I'm going back to the Travis Hunter situation where they looked like they were arguing.
Oh, they were
the
definitely
field.
arguing.
So that's what I'm saying.
He had just won, right?
Yeah, it just won the game.
And then everyone was like, "Girl, that's not the time. Like, let him have his moment, and then you can discuss what you need to discuss afterwards,
and then,
especially off camera too."
And then there was another situation where when he won the Heisman, which I feel like this was overblown in my opinion, because you've seen a lot of people trying to make a big deal out of it. So they call his name up, and she's still sitting. And you see Dion having to tell her to sit up. To me, that didn't look like a girl who I'm unimpressed with what my man did. It looked like a girl who somebody said, don't make this about you. Make sure you just is about him. Because she was just looking right at him the whole time. It wasn't like she was looking around.
Maybe she just didn't know she had to stand up.
That's what I'm thinking. She wasn't aware. And everybody was behind her. So if you sitting here next to me and I'm looking that way, I don't see y'all standing up.
No.
So she didn't have that cue to be able to do that. And then he just told us, that's what, to me, I didn't think of it as she was trying to hate on him. I just saw it like she just didn't know what to do. And she probably was told.
Yeah, because what would the reason be for her to know she needs to stand up and not stand up when everybody else is?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it just.
What was everyone saying?
Especially because he has to walk over to. They were just trying to say she was being rude, like she was hating.
Okay.
Like, look, she not ready to congratulate her man. She should be jumping. To me, that's making a show for her to try to be a star rather than him. To me, I like that if you was my girl, I like that somebody told you to stand up. Because that means you just was focused on me. You ain't worried about nothing else. You just
know how you are.
My man's, did he tell me to stand up? Or then I'm just trying to tell you, like, he didn't say no. I'm looking at him. This is his moment. I'm trying to make sure he gets to be the person. That was one of the times.
There are moments in like NFL drafts and stuff like that when guys win and then their girlfriends jump up and start doing a bunch of shit.
And the mama push them away.
Yeah,
especially when they white.
It's just like when they jump up and do a lot. Like it kind of takes away from the person who's being celebrated. Yeah, because you're doing a lot, and the guy usually isn't doing that much.
So that's why I thought,
naturally your eye goes to the little woman who's jumping up and down, screaming, doing too much.
Yeah, so that's why I thought that one wasn't that big of a deal. Then there was another clip that was going on where you see him taking pictures, and again, I don't know how y'all made the determination. I listened to that thing like 30 times. I don't know how y'all made the determination. She was saying, or she was aggravated, saying, "What am I supposed to do?" When he cleared it up on his live, he said that. He said that she was that they were discussing what to do with the family. And when he was telling the family some can go back to the hotel if they want to, if they want to chill and sit, they can. It's just whatever was up to them. So it wasn't really no argument. Again, I don't know how y'all took that to be an argument from them. But that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people are going in this in bad faith, especially Poetic Flacco. I seen them post you going, she gonna come after you.
What did he say about her?
He just was reposting the stuff and trying to say, oh, you need to get away, Travis, and all that kind of stuff like that. They gonna come after you. Apparently, another YouTuber tried to say she was a stripper out here in Atlanta. at Cheetah. Apparently she was a bartender, but they said she was a stripper out here at Cheetah.
Was she a bartender at a strip club?
At Cheetah.
Cheetah's a strip club.
Yeah, I thought we went to Cheetah before. We never went there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, no, they said she was a stripper at Cheetah. Then they tried to say she had an OnlyFans where they showed like the link for her OnlyFans. There's nothing that was on there now, but at one point she had the OnlyFans. Like, it's just a lot of stuff. There was another story they told. See, that's where y'all be telling too much of y'all business. Another story they told where they said he was in the club. She was in the club and he was in the car waiting for her because he don't really party or nothing like that.
Oh,
that was the excuse, but that's what it looks weird.
Waiting for didn't this happen a couple times? They alleged.
I think they talked about that's something that they would do. She would go out and hang out with her friends, and he would wait in the car. Like, that's weird, bro. Stay home.
Put her in an Uber
or stay home. Don't wait in the car. Nothing is good about waiting in the car. So that's what I'm saying. Where I understand where the red flags are. Travis, you got to understand. You putting this girl on your live. They got her revealing her parents. She did a parents reveal.
Yeah, because everyone is
trying to say she's non-black.
White, just full because she looks white.
Yeah, apparently she's an Afro-Latina. My Travis, I can't be mad at you. My rule was she had to have a black mama too. So if you went outside, it was only if the daddy was the non-black. So he made a good decision. He went to the right one. She's technically she's a black. Her mama black, she a black.
Yeah, she's black.
Jewish rules apply.
Genetics be weird.
Yeah, I mean Jewish rules apply.
But she came out of a black woman, a fully black woman.
So that's why I think a lot of y'all just hating on this poor girl. Y'all putting a lot of pressure on her, more than she's probably ready for. But she should have expected this.
She definitely should have expected it. I think the whole thing around them is really weird. I think it's because just another football player who looks like he's coming out with a white woman, even though she's not technically a white woman. Why'd I say technically? She's fully not a white woman.
You just want to hate on her.
Like, I don't know what all of the vitriol is around this. Y'all the internet just wants to be mad. And then this is a young man who's about to be successful. So y'all want a reason to hate on him because that's what people do. You know, you want to find reasons to hate. I love hating things too. So not judging y'all, but that is the reason that y'all feel the way y'all feel about this. The same thing with Cooking with Kaya, like we talked about last episode.
But no, also too, they was being real mean because then they was also being hard on his mama, Travis Hunter mama, because she had gave a speech where people told her, she said in her speech, and y'all was being so disingenuous, or maybe y'all just can't comprehend. Could be a little bit of both. But she had said that people called Travis a mistake when she was pregnant with him because she was young or whatever when she had him. Mm-hmm. And then she said, I don't want anybody in my story. I don't want anyone to let you say your mistakes define you. At no point did she say that Travis was a mistake. Like, it was so many folks trying to like shit on the women in his life. It was bad. I was like, man, what are y'all doing? This ain't it.
People, I've noticed, especially then now that we have our own show too, like that people will take things out of context just so they can try to prove a specific point. Mm-hmm. And there's just no point. Like, sometimes I'll comment back. That's why I don't comment back. But sometimes I'll comment back and then the person will reply and I'm like, oh, okay, you're not trying to fucking understand me at all. Let me just save my energy.
No, a lot of times that's what it is. You just kind of got to understand folks is coming from a bad faith perspective. But just to stay on Poetic a little bit, Poetic, you really violate now. He might come for us. So we need to be on the queue. You know he cool with Danny. He might come for us. He also went after another couple who his name is Dominique Foxworth. He does a podcast, and I think his wife comes on I don't think she's on the podcast often, but she comes onto the podcast every now and again. And they had a discussion where they were talking about Jalen Hurts. You know who Jalen Hurts is, the quarterback for the Eagles.
Yes, I do. I know who Jalen Hurts is.
Don't be looking like that. Take that twinkle out of your eye. Because see, this is what happened with him and bruh. And
you saw that twinkle in that chain?
No.
Nigga, that shit was blang blang.
That shit was nasty. That was a nasty chain.
That shit was crazy. I had never seen diamonds dance like that before.
No, he was really flexing on that one.
He was.
Let me see if I can get
And then he sat down. He was like, is that what y'all wanted to see? I said,
Don't do that. You didn't do that. You said you didn't do all that. Don't
put my phone down. That's what I said.
Yo, what? Don't put your nothing down for no nigga. See, this is what Poetic Flacco gonna cut up. This is what he gonna cut up.
You're a superior man, babe.
So look nice. My daughters, they're so sweet. Wow. They tell me like, you look nice. I mean, I want to think I look nice. If Jalen Hurts happened to see me, and he thought I looked nice,
I was wondering. We should put a clock on how long it takes to you.
Like, because I'd be like, look at him thinking an old woman looks nice. You know what's interesting about Jalen Hurts? Okay, obviously, I'm not saying he looks old like in a bad way, but he looks mature. He does. I don't care if.
What's your favorite part of the game? One-handed catch by A.J. Brown?
Yeah, I saw that. That was really good. And Jalen Hurts threw it.
The tush-push fumble? Or
whose tush was being pushed?
Jalen's only tush.
That's bad.
That's never wanted to be a football player more than now. I'm
Give
joking.
it a shot. He
That's
was here.
the only tush that I want to push.
He was here. Oh, no.
And I get to.
You good.
Squeeze it.
I'm fine.
Don't try to clean it up at the end. Don't try. Yo, that was disrespectful, yo. That I don't. Hey, let me let y'all know something that go on right here. I have final right of refusal. What get cut out? That shit would have been gone.
Yeah, but we're talking about it.
No, we're talking
and they
about
went
it.
viral.
Hey, no,
I feel
they
like
went shameful. This nigga just this is poetic Flacco. This ain't no nigga who going to try.
I don't even follow him.
Yeah, this shit got didn't even get 250K views. That ain't viral that you kind of go for. You trying to at least hit an M if a nigga do that to you. Then she tried to clean it up at the end, trying to say, "Oh no, that's the only tush I want." No, don't do that. You already shamed that nigga. That nigga can't go into. He can never talk bad about Jalen Hurts.
No,
he can't never say the nigga can't throw. Nigga don't make good decisions. No, nigga, he's like, your bitch made a decision. That's all that nigga gotta say. That's a problem. Ain't no nigga need to be able to say that to you. That's wrong. That's a violation.
Oh my God, yo. So I can't.
You can do what you want.
You just gonna cut it out
if I need to.
Are you gonna cut out what I said earlier?
I might cut out that little thing you did at the end. That was wild. That was insane.
When I pushed the mic away?
Yeah, that was insane. That might
wasn't
have to go.
insane. Leave that
might
in.
have to go.
You need to leave that in for the people.
No, man, you trying to turn me into the next Dominique Foxworth?
Definitely not.
I'm a little bit taller than him, but he's got to see Dominique, bro. I understand what you're trying to do. You got a very attractive wife. She's gorgeous. You know, same. You know, we have the same thing going on here. So, but she be violating. She needs some more courses. She needs some classes on this, because you can't be in a place where we criticize and talk negative about a man, other men, especially younger men. You can now have my wife saying she want to get tush pushed by the nigga.
Didn't she say she wants to push his tush?
That is worse. You playing butthole play with the nigga? No.
How is it?
That's worse.
I don't think it's worse.
Your bitch want to tush push me, yo. That's crazy. And my chain shining.
That shit was crazy.
You talking about niggas that got more money than me, they athletic, younger. Like, what are you doing here? This nigga hairline is going back, and you over here talking about the nigga who diamonds is dancing, nigga. What's going on? This nigga is over there. He is disintegrating in front of us.
How his hairline catch a stray? I'm weak.
I'm just saying. That's just real shit. The nigga is dying in front of us in regards to just aging, not looking better with the age.
Now he's dying?
I'm just trying to put sauce on it. And you over here gargling.
He's withering away.
You over here gargling on the quarterback for the Eagles. That's nuts.
You don't think gargling dragged it a little bit?
I went there.
She was glazing him a little
bit.
Glazing is definitely glazing.
Glazing is a form of gargling. It's like the extreme form.
I feel like glazing is like the beginning, and then gargling is definitely closer to the end. I feel the other end of the spectrum.
I'm just saying, that's just wild, yo. That's insane to me. Like I feel like you think that's cool.
No, there's a little. I wouldn't do that much.
No, she did the voice.
She was squealing and all that. Like, girl, you doing a lot in front of your man about another man. I'm pretty sure. Now, let me be a guest on another all girls podcast without you there. I'm showing my black ass. Like,
I need the right to edit that too. I need the rights to that too, young. I need to view that tape.
But like here, I'm not doing all that. That's crazy.
That was nuts. See, the problem I hated the most about that was the voice squeal. Don't squeal your voice. Because
the same equivalent would be if you were sitting here talking about another woman and like growled or some shit. I would break this glass and stab you. I'd be stab so quick.
Like if I did the Shannon growl.
Yes.
Michelle.
And my Michelle.
Michelle. He sounded like Elvis Presley when he did that shit.
Yeah, he did. I still don't think that was real.
No, I don't either. I don't know. Well,
yeah.
Who knows? Michelle might have been Michael, but who knows? Hey, I know your kids. Relax. But
well, that makes it worse.
Relax. They're good people.
Makes it even worse.
Let's stay in our realm a little bit longer here. I know we've had y'all talking about these couples. Like, damn, these folks just love hating on some folk couple. But we got to talk about young Kai, man, because we love Kai.
Yeah.
We want the best for him.
Kai recently, it's his 23rd birthday too. Happy birthday, Kai. We are supporters of you. We love you. He popped out with a girlfriend. And
she got a past.
On his stream too. So, she has a past.
It's not that extensive, but it's like she a young girl just like him, but it's like they're around the same age.
Yeah.
But she was dating another streamer not too long ago, and they did like a whole stream where he was like inviting her to meet his parents, and she was like the first girl to ever meet his parents and all this stuff. So now when they go back to his other dude's stream, he's like shocked, like he didn't know that they was dating and all this other stuff. Like he's like, oh,
Kai didn't know?
No, the other dude didn't know she was dating
okay.
Kai. So he's like, oh, Kai. Now it looked like Kai done took your bitch, essentially.
Yeah, well, that's
the game.
That's an interesting story to tell, though. Kai took my bitch, because if I wouldn't be mad about it. He's short, but other than that, he seems like a good guy. Fun to be around.
He got more subs than you, big guy. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't be mad at it.
To me, it just feels like, and maybe I could be wrong, this could be how these young niggas move. I just feel like they just have so much more information that we did that they should know this wouldn't be the move. You can't really care about this girl for real, unless like y'all been before all this happened, because it's only a move for her because she streams, you stream. Like, this is a business play.
It might be. I don't know, but from the couple clips I've seen of the way they've been interacting and stuff and the stories he's told, it seems like they've been dating for a while.
Kai, you got to be careful with this, man, because
everyone was saying that it was a mistake for him to have her on stream. Like, you can let everyone know you have a girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. I'm not single anymore. Cool. But I think it's a very sticky situation to bring your partner up with you when you're already there.
Especially at this kind of point. You just had your subathon and all that other stuff. You're a bigger part than you've ever been. It's just, people are going to look at something to shoot at you for, and now you just gave them the biggest target to go at. So, I mean, again, if this the girl you love and this what you want, salute, do all that. But to me, I don't think it's smart, and I think these young guys kind of had to be more aware than we were at the same time age, that this is not going to help you in the way that you think. It's only going to be a liability. Do
you think that generation is just like more open with, because they grew up 1000% on the internet. Yeah. Like, they share everything, especially somebody like Kai. Like, this nigga was showering in front of his thousands of people for a month straight.
But that's what I'm saying, is like, you give the world so much. You
think he needs to keep something for himself?
It's smart to have something to yourself. That's what I always thought was his thing, was like, yeah, because even then, knowing that you have a girl, that makes every interaction now weirder. Granted, it's going to help with the content, because now it's like, oh, Kai, who has a girlfriend, let a girl dance on him and all that stuff. Like, now you're going to but now you're going to now put another person.
Everyone's been going back and looking at the streams and seeing him like back up from Sexy Red and her friends and like looking annoyed and stuff like that. And people are like putting two and two together that like he's had a girlfriend for a little bit, and that's why he was acting the way he was acting. Yeah,
but see, it's hard to tell with these guys because everything is a storyline. So he could be aware that this is the story that I'm telling, so let me act like this. And now that this other story's coming, now is it going to be that I'm this playboy that's messed on? Like, you just don't want to allow putting a girl in the mix to mess up your image. But I see that with some of the stuff that has happened around him, it probably would be smart to have a more vocal woman around.
I was about to say, like,
Shawty, that's not Zoe.
Yeah, like, for Kai, it probably is better for him to have a girlfriend for her to be like, nah, he's not, whatever nonsense is going on, he's with me over here.
Yeah, you can let her be the bad guy.
So, yeah.
But we'll see how it goes.
We shall see.
We will. So we need to get into Raven-Symoné.
Yes, child. Raven-Symoné done got on an interview and said that the young boys were watching her show because she had breasts.
Was this on her show? Or
I don't know if it was on her show or if it was on somebody else's show. There was a white man there. I don't know if there's a white man on her show.
she had her hair buzzed, right? In it?
Yeah.
Like in a black t-shirt on?
I don't remember.
For some reason I kept thinking that she was like outside and somebody just did like a TMZ interview when she said that. When they were talking about that.
I didn't think it was her platform. It didn't look like it was her show.
I'm gonna be honest.
I might be wrong.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Raven. I was a young man watching that show. Your titties was all right, but they wasn't really bringing niggas to the yard. Like I promise you, niggas. We ain't really like. I'm gonna be honest. I have a story where we was all chilling together and we was talking about girls that we like, and a nigga said your name and it really like ruined the vibe. Like it was. We was like, Raven-Symoné, my nigga. What is wrong with you? Like, yeah, she cool, but like that ain't what we talking about right now.
There was this Instagram video that I was watching, and this dude was talking about this, and he was like, this is actually like one of the only shows that I genuinely enjoyed for its content, and I did not have a crush on anybody in the show. Like I wasn't even on that type of timing with That's So Raven. I can't speak for I'm not a man. I was watching That's So Raven because of the fits. She was head to toe. She was putting that shit on. I wanted her wardrobe so bad. But in that video, one of my very good friends, Malik, was in the comments, and he was like, his comment popped up and I died. He was like, we didn't even know you had titties, shorty.
No, they played with him sometimes because they did certain little weird.
No, she would do her like
and
that dance.
And remember when she was
like,
remember when she was the old woman and she had him shaking around?
Yeah. But like, I don't think men were sexualizing Raven.
I promise you, that was one of the rare times I was watching TV and never got aroused. Like it was like as a young boy, that show was not that.
All of the men came out and they were like, we enjoyed the content. We were not objectifying you. In the like 2-3% that happens.
Like Hillary Duff exists. Like we didn't have to do that. Like what do you mean?
Who else was on Disney Channel at that time?
Even Stevens. And,
there was nobody on Even Stevens.
No, the sister was cute. The older sister was cute on Even Stevens.
She
ended up playing. Then Kyla Pratt was doing voice of Penny Proud at the time.
Yeah, but
people
you didn't see her. Yeah,
she did. She did movies.
I think probably Nickelodeon had more baddies over there, but that's probably because
time,
they had more creeps over there too.
Yeah, they had bad guys over there.
Yeah,
too.
so they were casting.
Nickelodeon was on a different level in that time, but Disney. I'm trying to remember who else was some other shows because Selena Gomez wasn't on there yet.
No, let me just. I know
Hannah Montana was sparking up.
No, that was 2000s.
Yeah, but so was That's So Raven. When That's So Raven was dropping off, Hannah Montana and then was coming up. That's when all the white girls was getting the big push. Because before that, you had like it was a weird show where it was like they used to go back. It was kind of like Are You Scared of the Dark, but it was more so like a weird supernatural show.
I'm looking up the 2000s shows
for Disney.
Yeah,
because Disney had
no Hannah Montana, Sweet Life on Deck, Wizards. That was like 2000s. I feel like That's So Raven was more like it wasn't.
That's So Raven was in the 2000s.
Why is it not popping up?
That's So Raven used to do little ads. Remember In the Middle when they used to have little ads of the kids together? She used to be on there with them.
Yeah.
Then you also had Brenda Song because she was on The Sweet Life, but she was in Disney stuff beforehand too. She was always in like different movies and stuff like that. High School Musical kind of came out during that time of when Raven was doing her thing.
I feel like other than Lizzie, like they didn't really have baddies on Disney Channel for real.
No, they had the baddies.
Nah, they really didn't.
They was like usually side characters. They was usually side characters, the baddies. But you're right, Nickelodeon had them better because they had what was the Zoe 101 show? Full of baddies. Because Victorious came from that show. She was a baddie. So you're right, Nickelodeon had them wiped down.
100%.
Nickelodeon had them
Zoe
wiped
101,
down.
Wasn't no baddies on iCarly.
Ariana Grande was on iCarly. Wasn't she?
Eventually, no, they did a show with like Sam
and iCarly is cute. The girl who plays iCarly is cute.
She looks like Michael Jackson.
Not now.
Miranda Cosgrove.
She was just on Kai's stream. She looked great.
She does not look great.
She was just on Kai's stream. And she looked great.
I'm a feminist and I'm not a feminist. I'm a womanist. I love the women, but that lady looks like Michael Jackson.
That's so disrespectful.
She looks like
that's disrespectful to Mike.
She looks like the Saw thing with the cheeks.
Jigsaw?
She looks like Jigsaw.
That's insane.
That's really crazy that you think she cute. Her and what's her face? Jeanette. just too.
Wasn't Zendaya on Disney?
She was on Disney, so we'll give Disney that.
Yeah,
we'll
Disney?
definitely give Disney
had
that.
some girls. That's what I'm saying. Disney had girls.
I feel like Disney,
bro. They gave us what's the girl from High School Musical? The one who's not Latina, but she looks like she's Latina.
Dang,
what's
Vanessa?
Vanessa, yeah, Hutchins.
Yeah,
Huggins,
yeah. She's
a baddie. They had Disney had them. Being a Disney girl, that used to be like, oh, okay, she ready. If she a Disney girl, she usually was cute. But we can agree that Nickelodeon had them wiped down.
Yeah.
So, but Raven, nobody was talking about you.
Nobody even knew you had titties.
Even when you did the Cheetah Girls, you was everyone's fourth Cheetah Girl.
You were my favorite Cheetah Girl, but that's because you were my favorite because of That's So Raven, and you were kind of more talented than a lot of the
unanimously.
other
You
ladies.
were all men's fourth Cheetah Girl, respectfully. Like,
yeah.
So nobody like that. That's
even Prometheus was. Oh no, she wasn't on Cheetah
Yes,
Girl.
she
She
was.
was in 3. Oh yeah, even Prometheus. She was cuter.
She had you wiped down. So stop that. You was the girl everybody was just cool to hang with. Like you was the home girl.
I feel like she seemed like she would be a really good friend. Like very fun to hang with.
Like if she was your friend, you would laugh at the dude that she was with because you knew he was gonna be like nerdy or something. Like you could tell that the guy that she was gonna pick was gonna be nerdy.
She wasn't even gonna pick a guy. She's a full lesbian.
Yeah, but we talking about in the general sense. You know, she's like, but the buzz cut is crazy though now, Raven. But
and I just want to talk about the beauty standard back in the day was crazy because when I look at pictures of Raven-Symoné on That's So Raven now, I'm like, she was not nowhere near plus size to me. Now.
Oh yeah.
Like that's really crazy. What was considered plus size in the early 2000s versus now, night and day.
Yeah, but she did struggle with her weight though, she said.
She did, but like it shouldn't have been that big of a struggle because she was not that heavy.
Yeah, but the clothes looked bad. They didn't fit the right way a lot of times on her, so it made her look bigger than what she was.
The fashions on That's So Raven, like she was a designer. She always had cute shit on. And then when they had that room makeover, oh my God. Oh my God. Her room, Hannah Montana's room, iCarly's room after she got her room makeover, I still dream about those bedrooms to this day.
That's your dreams bedroom?
Yeah. Like my inner child would be healed if I got Raven's room when she had the bed hanging. Oh!
The one thing I will say that was very realistic for Raven was the fact that she was an adult. She grew up in a 2-parent household in California or whatever, went through her whole life only to then in her 30s be sharing an apartment with her friend and their kids. That was like the realest. I was like, damn, that's real. That's life right there.
Yeah, that's what life will be now. Because
you came from privilege, and now because of the economy, you look like you part of the struggle kids.
Her mom left at the end to go to law school, like in Europe or some shit.
Yeah, they wrote her off.
What the fuck?
Had to write her off. We had to get her out of there. We wasn't going French printer. But let's get into
what's next, baby.
We got to get into some more serious topics. Y'all know y'all wrong calling that boy a terrorist. We said that they was gonna do that though.
Yeah,
we said that in the last show when we was joking about it.
Because he killed a white.
No, it's because what kind of white he killed. He killed an executive white.
Yeah,
but no. Y'all can say what y'all want, and we'll just report on this real quick. They are charging Louise. They are planning to charge him with terroristic charges in regards to his actions that he did. I just find it very interesting when I was looking through school shooters. No terroristic.
You could shoot up a bunch of kids and not be labeled a terrorist, but you kill one rich white man, and oh my goodness.
And then I'm going to remember when the dude shot up the bar. I think he got killed, didn't he? When he went in and shot up the grocery store, I think he got shot and killed afterwards with him. No, he did get arrested. He didn't get terrorist charges.
The guy who shot up the movie theater, did he get labeled a terrorist?
Nope,
the guy
none.
who shot up the church, did he get labeled a terrorist?
Dylan Roof didn't. I was looking up there. I just recently looked up Dylan Roof's charges. No terrorist charges. And he literally did an act of white supremacy.
Yeah.
Granted, I was reading somewhere too else that they said that the KKK isn't considered a terrorist group.
Of course they're not, but they are.
But white nationalism is considered domestic terrorism. So it's weird. Whereas like you don't have to. So
then the KKK should automatically be considered.
I don't know if they're considered that now.
A terrorist group.
I thought they were. But I was reading somewhere that was saying that they were no longer considered that a domestic terrorist group. But I definitely, I thought they were always considered that. Because like I said, I know the FBI has they have white nationalism and black power sections in there where you can look up where they talk about that as being forms of terrorism.
Black power don't got no goddamn, nothing's gonna happen. Like we're not terrorists if we want black power.
Well, now see, that's how they painted
because there's
Black
nothing
Panthers.
we can do to dismantle any systems.
Well, that doesn't require for you to be a terrorist. It's required for you to be a terrorist if you taking action for political means or religious means and things of that nature. But as my argument is white nationalism is a terroristic ideal. And in this portion, they're trying to say he's a terrorist. And if you ask the questions why, it's the answer is really nasty when you look that up, because you're trying to say because he killed this person and the reason he did it was because of the injustices of the business. You're saying it's a terroristic act to fight the injustices that you allow corporations to do to us.
Yeah.
Because if anything, you could just say it was murder. Just go about it as normal procedure, normal murder, first degree, and call it that. But when you add this extra sauce on there for it being a terroristic threat and all, or a terroristic attack and all this other shit in New York, mind you,
I don't think it's considered a domestic terrorist group still to this day.
So see, that's what I'm saying. Whereas, again, they tell you exactly how they view this shit. They're very clear on it. You just have to know what you're reading.
Are the Black Panthers considered a domestic terrorist group?
Pretty sure they have been. They may have removed it as of recent, but I know they used to be considered that. Like, I remember talking about that as a kid. My dad would say certain things because he was taught to look at that as a bad type of revolution or a bad type of resistance. Mm-hmm. But then you ask the questions to these people. It's like they were doing an interview with this lady who was setting up a fund for Luigi's law payments and things of that nature. And they asked her, like, you don't think you're promoting violence and things of that nature? Do you think this is the way to reform healthcare? But then in the same breath,
on the FBI, it's vault.fbi.gov. This is where I'm reading this from. The Black Panther Party is a black extremist organization founded in Oakland, California in 1966. It advocated for the use of violence and guerrilla tactics to overthrow the U.S. government. In 1969, the FBI's Charlotte field office opened an investigation file to track on the Black Panther Party to track its militant activities, income, and expenses. And then all of the information is after, but that's
they
really
tell you
crazy.
exactly. They tell you exactly how they think about this shit, and how they police it, how they view it, and it's and again, what they're telling us here is the working class does not have a right to defend themselves. When you call this an act of terrorism, that's essentially what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Because if it was just murder and it was a first degree murder, call it that, and it's over with. It's all on tape. You got your quote unquote evidence. Call it that. But once you do the terrorist shit, now you have this bigger thing that's opposing the people, because they're making they just threw a woman in jail for just saying that over the phone to her insurance carrier.
Yeah,
in Florida.
I saw that.
So they're telling you, no, this is how the system is going to go, in any acts of resistance. Again, wasn't I warning people of this? Didn't I say this is why they're doing all the Cop City shit and stuff? It's because they know people are going to gear up to revolt, and especially under this new president. They just seen they taxes about to go up. Everybody taxes going up, except the rich.
I saw that and it stressed me out.
I told people, I was sitting there like, this is what y'all voted for. Did y'all not know this is what historically Republicans do?
Schools getting shut down, and the Department of Education is getting shut down, and tariffs are about to make everything go up, and your taxes are going to go up too. So I don't know what the next 4 years are about to be a real struggle. Like we were already strapped. We're already struggling. Everything's already expensive. Trump is talking about he doesn't even know how to get the prices of groceries back down, because once they go up, it's hard to get them back down. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. So it's just about to be a struggle for the next couple years. And then also we have President Elon, who's over here telling everybody that we need to not, sign in the budget coming in. He's trying to defund the fucking government for 30 days from now, when he says, oh, we can survive 30 days. Do y'all not know how many people are going to lose out on their check?
overseas. All like, what do y'all do not understand what y'all are doing. And y'all, again, we just allowed this clown who accidentally bought Twitter to now run the country.
It's just so
and he's
crazy.
not American.
Do you think he bought Twitter to do this specifically?
No, he bought it as an accident and then he just ran with it.
Okay.
Essentially, white people fail up.
Yeah, they do.
So when he did that and he got caught up in that, now he said, okay, now y'all gonna try to make me do this? Cool, I'm about to become the villain that this logically takes me to. And that's just what he did. And again, I see that we've allowed this, and it's just so crazy to me. I just seen a meme that was so funny where they said, y'all are crying about billionaires who are trying to put chips in our heads, but then you voted for the nigga who's endorsed by the billionaire who's trying to put chips in your head.
People aren't smart.
They're not thinking.
Really quickly, while we're on Elon Musk, did you see Nick Jonas's tweet that said Elon is going to take us to 3,000? And then subsequently, all of the little girls who fell in love with him during like the Disney Channel, the Jonas Brothers and stuff, been making TikToks like, fuck this guy. Who is this guy? We had no idea he was such a big piece of shit bag dicks.
Y'all should look up what his wife believes, his older wife.
Are they still together?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought they weren't together anymore. No. I don't know why.
She is, remember how I described JV Vance's wife? Mm-hmm. That's how she is too. She is one of those nose stuck up conservative immigrants.
Did you know that she was kicked out of Bollywood because she had an affair with somebody's husband, and the man who she had an affair with was like one of the biggest Bollywood like actors.
I didn't know that.
Point blank period.
Did you check this? So
yes. Yes. She like this happened allegedly. I'll throw allegedly in there, but
that's my girl.
She had an affair with this man who was very publicly married, and then the wife is the one who like blackballed her. It was like, no more of you. So then she had to come to the United States, and that's when she got her career started here.
Mm-hmm. No, I remember when she was on Quantico and everything. But no, like, you got to understand.
I remember Quantico.
Most times when that happens, those people generally are super conservative right-wing people, like more often than not. So that's why it doesn't surprise me that she has those kind of feelings, because like that probably is what pushed you up in your community.
But yeah, all the little girls was like, fuck you and your diabetes.
I love that. I love it. All right. So I want to read this, and I believe this is what it was come from, but I just want to hear your thoughts on it before I tell you where this stems from. So, women are the only hope for this rich world, but even women have been brainwashed by the Mords. For too long, they've been internalized the patriarchy and turned on each other, always begging for the male approval and validation. It's disgusting. I realize the truth. Men are irredeemable. Rab Finn Hitler is fucking vindicated now. They can't be reformed or redeemed. They're a fucking scourge upon the earth. The only solution is a total extermination. Them and
men?
Every Ford who worships these fucking parasites. Every single male must be wiped out, from baby to the elderly. Only then can women be free to create a new world. I'll be a pioneer. I'll be the first to take the first step. I don't care if they're fathers, brothers, husbands, sons, teachers, police, and especially niggers or politicians. I've been craving to kill them all. This is my mission. Only when their parasitic sludge has been expunged from this earth is when then the world
Somebody
will be
told
clean,
AI to write this.
and women can start over. It is the only way. In approximately 10 minutes, C should be dead. It's strange, but it feels good. So what do you think about that?
I think she killed her husband after that. But
No,
also
that was allegedly from the person who shot the school in Wisconsin. The girl who shot the school in Wisconsin.
Oh, why was that? I was giving her finger claps. You should have told me that before.
You sicko. You're a fucking sicko. You're a rad film sicko.
I was giving her little finger claps. Okay, because that's absolutely insane. Because before you told me that was from a school shooter, I was about to be like, yes, girl, kill all of them. Put him, Jalen, LeBron in a cage, and we just have them reproduce.
She said niggers who she want the most, though.
No, not that. Put LeBron, Jalen Hurts in a cage, and then kill the rest of them. Kill the rest of them. But no, okay. Now that I have more context.
Oh yeah, now, right?
That's insane.
Yeah.
So she wrote that and then went and shot up a school full of children?
I think it was a school. I don't know if it was a school for a child. I think they said she killed 2 people and injured 5.
Were they all men?
They wouldn't specify the victims.
I need that specification because, bitch, if you did all that and then you went in there and you accidentally shot some women.
Okay, no, they said at least 5 killed and 6 injured now. So yeah,
I need the genders.
15-year-old girl who did that. She's a 15-year-old girl.
That's insane.
All that shit was in her head.
What trauma had she experienced with the men in her life to make her feel like that at 15 years old? Like, she's probably been getting all sorts of violated by men from the moment she's been here.
So this is what they have.
Because that's not a normal amount of anger all.
This was an older post.
Especially for a woman.
No, I feel you. This is an older post. They said the shooter was one person who was dead, teenager.
She's dead?
Yeah, the shooter.
Oh my God.
Then they said, because I think she killed herself.
Okay.
And then there was another student who was a teenager, one teacher at the time. Then they had 6 injured students, 2 seriously. That was just at that particular moment. So I'm just, I didn't get to gather all the information from it. But no, yeah, it was rough. That was that. And then the crazy thing, that happening right like after the terrorism statements had been put on Luigi, like it was kind of like almost within that same hour for me. I think I remember seeing it. And it was just like back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah.
Just for that to happen. And they're going to go off the whole left shit, her being a rad feminist and all that. They can't wait to get on that.
Yeah, whatever.
They're going to be on that meat. They're going to be on the bone of that meat for a while, but.
What's her name?
What was the girl's name?
Yeah.
I don't think that's in good taste to give that person her name. I didn't actually see her name anywhere.
If her name is in the news, then her name is in the news.
No, but I think when I say in good taste, I mean because it's like giving them what they want. They want to be they want to go out in a blaze of glory, and you're giving them a light and a stardom when you say their name. But R.I.P. to all the people who lost their life.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Condolences
them kids just
to
went
the
to
family.
School.
Get rid of guns, and then CEOs and kids won't have to get killed.
Damn, you should have went and killed some grown men. Then I would have.
That's sick, yo. That's nasty. What if I'm a victim of somebody thinking that I'm just a bad guy?
It just sucks that you're a man.
So I just have to be a byproduct of somebody else's revolution.
Like it's just caution. Like what is it called?
My thing is this.
It's a danger.
Just a cautionary tale.
Cautionary, yeah. It's caution of being a man.
This fucked up. You know how I know women really don't even really want that by and large? Because y'all didn't watch Why, The Last Man on Earth. Y'all don't remember that show that was on FX a while ago? It's based off the book. I did. A lot of women didn't watch that show.
I watched that show. What does that have to do with that?
The fact that it got canceled before the season was even over with. I'm saying that a lot of women don't want that whole idea of a world where there's no men.
It's because everyone on that show was ugly.
That has nothing to do with why people didn't watch the show.
That has a very big yes.
Why people didn't watch the show?
The last man on earth was ugly, and then the one lady that she found was the lady who voices fucking Tina of Bob's Burgers. I hate her face. I hate her voice, and I hate the way that her mouth moves when she talks.
The girl
I could barely get through 3 episodes of that shit after she was on that show. I was like, everyone on here is so unbearably ugly. And then the writing wasn't that great, and it wasn't that fucking funny. I don't think you ate with that at all.
No, I'm telling you, the book sold a whole bunch. What are you talking about? It was a good book. They went based off the book.
The show. There's so many things that are based off the book and the show.
You talking about the writing?
No, well, the writing for the show, not the book.
But I'm saying the writing that they did on the show, that was literally almost, it wasn't a 1-for-1, but it was
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't supposed to be funny. You're talking about the comedy on Fox.
Yes.
I'm talking about on FX. There's a book called. I'm not talking about The Last Man on Earth. They're talking about why the dude's name is Why.
Okay, because we're talking about two completely different shows.
You're talking about the comedy.
Yeah,
I'm talking about this is a drama.
Okay,
it's called Why the Last Man on Earth. Yeah, because the dude's name is Why.
They catching strays on that show, but everyone on that show was ugly. Like
that's what I'm trying to say. Like you were saying that the person. I'm like,
and I feel like there was more than one season of that show too.
Yeah, but see, that show is different too because that show had other men that were. The Why the Last Man is a show about a virus that goes around and kills every man on the planet. And so they all die from it. And there's only one dude who's a man.
Is he ugly?
I mean, I wouldn't fuck him, but but no. Then that's why I said that show got canceled and it didn't stay. I was gonna say because this was the girl who was the lead of the show. That's why I was surprised you was calling people. Ugly, she's not an ugly girl.
No, she's not. She has a very striking bone structure. Yeah, I've never seen that show before.
That's the dude who played Why. That was The Last Man.
Oh, yeah, I've never come across that.
That's what I'm saying. It got canceled the first season. Before the season was over with, they canceled the show.
You sure it didn't just suck?
I liked it. It was good, and it was from a popular book. It was just nobody. There's not gonna be a big audience of
maybe
of
the
women.
promotion just wasn't that because I've never.
I saw it everywhere.
Okay,
but I just know a lot of you guys say it's going to already throw off a lot of men unless they know the comic book. So if they don't know the comic book, it's already going to throw off a lot of men. Oh, you're saying the men are going to die, and then if women don't want to watch it, it's definitely not going to catch on because it's a show literally strictly mostly women who are the leads. Like the dude, he talks, but he's not that much of a lead in the show. Even though he's the title character, it's about how women respond to the lack of men. So it was crazy. It was a really good show. I thought you would like it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
We got to shit on a black woman. We got to do it. Malika Andrews. She was recently in an interview where she was questioned about her disdain, well, what it comes off as her disdain for black men and the commentary around that. And, you know, she did her little bullshit. I love black men. It's so disheartening. Then why didn't you marry one? You swirler. What is it? So it's not snow bunnies for men. What are men? What did y'all call them? What do y'all call the white girls that they're like the snow bunnies? Trying to say the guys say that?
I don't know.
Snow leopards.
There's no name for it.
Y'all don't call them anything?
I don't think so.
You don't like the pale man? You don't call him a biscuit?
Well, she's a black woman that married a white man. The only thing is bed wench.
Okay, we can go with that. We'll go with that.
But that's not
to me.
The best.
I don't think she's just being fair to what she has brought out to people to make her think like this. Like she's done this to herself. It's not people's fault. Because she'll try to say, "Oh, I'm just doing my job. I'm just trying to do my job." You make choices though. There's a way that you particularly do that. Some of the stuff I'm not mad about. Are you familiar with some of the stuff that she's been accused of in regards to black men?
I'm not. So like, why do people think that she has like a specific vitriol towards black men specifically?
So a lot of her reporting and her analysis that comes around is the reason why. So one of the instances more recently, there's a guy named Brandon Miller. He plays for the Hornets. He was involved in a situation where he had brought somebody else's gun to them. And shortly after, that individual used that gun to kill his girlfriend. And so he was involved in it. He didn't get charged with anything. He was let go. He said he didn't do no wrongdoing. But she brought that up on draft night to him. And that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Also, there was another player who passed away. He actually played for the Hawks not too long ago, too. And when he passed away, when she was reporting that, she also added in the fact that he had sexual assault allegations. That he had sexual assault allegations while she was reporting his death. People thought that was very tasteless.
Insensitive, yeah.
And then there's another instance with the former coach of the Boston Celtics, now the coach of the Houston Rockets, where he was involved in sleeping with staff at the arena or whatever, or that worked at the arena, or not really the arena, worked for the team. And when brought up about the woman who was involved, she was very defensive and was like, no, the focus needs to be on him. He's the person who is the coach and all this other stuff. But they were
he's the person who's in the position of power.
Yeah, but she was also a position of power too. And she was somebody's wife that worked up there as well.
Are you talking about
Ima Kadoka? Yeah.
Nia Long's ex-husband?
That was never her husband.
Okay, Nia Long's ex-boyfriend?
She was strictly a baby mama.
Don't do Nia Long.
He did. Don't talk to me. Talk to the nigga who strung her along.
Somebody put a white ring on Nia Long's finger, but she might not want that. Who knows?
I'm sure. But yeah, so now that was where a lot of that came from in regards to her vitriol. And to me, I understand. I feel it. To me, it don't come from just a whole, oh, you dating a white guy and all. It comes to just your overall, like the way that she's talked to Stephen A., the way that she's discussed Stephen A. And I've seen you, Malika, when it comes to your white counterparts, and it's not the same. You do not treat the white male athletes and your white counterparts the same or speak to them the same with the same vigor that you do the black ones.
So if there are white male athletes that she's talking about that have allegations of any sort of like violence or sexual misconduct, she doesn't bring it up?
We can go Josh Giddey. Okay. And I'm going to be intellectually honest with this. I too felt like that Josh Giddey wasn't a story, that it was a non-factor because of the sources of the information and what we had been receiving. But when she did report on it, it was lackluster and it did lack some of that vigor. I say understandably because it wasn't, to me, it wasn't anything really that you could go off of. But there has been other instances with other white people that she just didn't bring the vigor the way that she brought with her, like I said, their black counterparts.
Okay.
So I mean, we're gonna hold you accountable. You have to be better.
She came out and said something, right? She made a statement.
That was an interview where they asked her about, they're going to give her the PC way to ask the question, but they asked her about the outcry in that regard. And she just basically said she's disheartened by, just the same jazz they always say. I'm disheartened by it, and that's not my character and all that. No, but we're looking at you, and there's the evidence is daunting.
And she's married to a white man, right?
Yeah, that works for ESPN as well.
So it doesn't, when you're married to a white man and it looks like you're consistently shitting on black men, it's not going to make you look good. You gotta have hate for all of the men across the board like I do, because can't nobody say it's disproportionate on one end or another. For me, like, it's just spread it evenly, just spread the hate evenly across all of the men of all of the races, and that's my advice for you.
Also, she has a white mama.
Oh no!
So that's another reason why you can't trust her. So
did her daddy leave?
Nah, they was together.
Okay,
but no, she got a white mama, and her mama wrote a book, right? So let me tell you about how Malika thinks, because her mama wrote a book. Coffee with Cream is what it's called. Coffee with Cream. Being a mixed race child and not looking like your mom can be tough. This children's book emphasizes how a child can look different from their parent and still match in many important ways.
I don't want it.
No, you need to hear this. Hear this. Hear this. I was picking up my oldest daughter from preschool. I read a list posted in the classroom that asked, what do you think is beautiful? Malika answered was, my mama is beautiful. Later, I thanked her for the compliment. She asked if the only reason I'm reading like this is because I have to scroll across. If our skin would match. It's still gonna be too far if I do it like
geriatric
that.
Ass nigga.
It's still gonna be too far. See, I still got to scroll over, Negro.
Okay.
Negra. But yeah, she said later I thanked her for the compliment. She asked if our skin would match when she grew up. When she realized that we would never match, she was devastated.
Why you ain't want to look like your daddy?
This story, well, she don't look like her daddy either. This story tells of how I responded to her reaction, transforming a difficult moment into a beautiful one. So clearly, there is a level of self-hate in her.
Yeah.
Very clear.
That's the problem when they be having the white mamas.
Yeah. That is. Trying to tell you, watch out for the ones with the white mamas. Run away. Run away. Every time.
Tell from experience.
Run away. Run away. But no, I'm glad we got that. Let's get into this Lil Baby album. So you excited about it? He announced that he's dropping an album next year.
Fuck Lil Baby. Like, don't nobody give a fuck that Lil Baby is dropping an album. You fucking overgrown fucking pit bull. He done smacked so many bitches at this point.
Lil Baby ass?
Oh! I thought you said the baby. My bad. Keep that in though. Keep that in.
Oh, shit.
My bad, Lil Baby. That wasn't for you. That
I'm
was.
sitting there, I'm thinking to myself like, yo, we're in Atlanta.
That was
like, what
for,
are you doing?
That was for Da Baby. Lil Baby, I don't listen to Lil Baby. That's not my type of music. I don't get down with that type of niggerdom. But
that was nuts.
I like Lil Baby though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like the way he's been moving lately. I think he's been moving like a young man who has a good head on his shoulders. I think he's been moving like somebody who has a healthy fear of punishment in jail.
Oh, you just took my shit. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
I said it first.
That's fucked up.
But that's how I feel. Like that's what we were talking about earlier.
But you didn't have to do my healthy. That was my bar.
Yeah, that's your. And I took it. And I
you
got
didn't
it
even
off.
say it fly.
Period.
You didn't even say it fly. You're supposed to be like, and he has the superpower that none of his friends, none of his colleagues have. Of he has a healthy fear of going to prison. Like he has something that
I don't know none of this.
None of these
colleagues.
other niggas have.
But
you know,
he did
Durk.
That's his colleague.
They did an album together.
Oh, a whole album together?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Not the type of niggerdom that I get down with. Like, I'm a Kendrick, Smino, Amine,
with Kid
Cole,
Carson.
Cole type of girly.
You like Ken Carson?
Who?
Ken Carson. I think that's how his name goes.
I don't know who that is.
He's one of the new niggas that's coming up.
Oh, no, I don't know who that is. Because I don't know none of the new hip hop niggas. Like, I've been listening to African music. But.
Did you want to go?
I forgot what I was going to say. Go.
Oh, no, I was just going to say just the thing with Lil Baby where I think his trajectory and everything that's kind of just been going on with his career, his ups and his downs, it seems a large part, like I said, because of that fact that he has that fear. Music was going a particular direction, and it was a direction that was going to lead a lot of y'all niggas in jail, and he kind of fell back off of it. He
did an interview with Yachty, and he was talking about why he stopped the group 4PF.
He disbanded.
4 Pockets Full. That's what it is.
We know why you stopped it, because Fanny put your fucking name on a list.
Yeah. But he was talking about how like he said that he realized that he would be held accountable for other people's actions, and he can't control other people's actions. So he was just like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Which is like so smart. I'm so glad that he talked about why he did what he did, and the fact that he's young and so many young men look up to him and so many young men like him sitting down with Yachty, who's another young man, and talking about how like, yo, it just wasn't smart for me to do this.
Yeah.
So I decided not to. Thank you. Like, thank you so much. The bar is in hell, but thank you.
Because if you know anything about what Lil Baby has going on, you know there's beef and stuff that people wanted him to address in the music that he just stood a large part away from. Even though he was moving like he was ready for action. Remember that picture of that gun? He had a gun in his
But that's just how he moved.
Yeah.
And guns are legal here.
I mean, he just had a shoot. He just had a shoot in one of his video shoots a couple months ago. So
yeah,
I mean,
so he's gonna protect himself regardless.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I understand where he's coming from with it. It's just this is one of those unfortunate things with hip hop where if you don't go to crash out, you're not gonna elevate either. Because I don't really see.
A lot of people have been saying that his music has been trash lately.
A lot of people
it's
been
probably because he hasn't been talking about crimes and doing nefarious things.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, he hasn't, because of where he at in the vein of music in regards to what people looked at him and where he was going. This is what was expected. He was supposed to follow into what Durk was doing and what Young and Ace and all of them was doing, was getting into that more aggressive, gritty rap, and he stood away from it. And to the point, but you didn't make good music when you were doing it. You needed Gunna.
And then he also talked about why he don't make music with snitches.
Yeah.
Which, like...
But he took back the Gunna shit, though, now, right? He said that one of the recent shows, I believe, he showed Gunna love, or that's what
I hope he did, because y'all need Gunna.
Yeah, Gunna had the sauce. Gunna was the sauce.
Y'all need him. He's the creative guy who wasn't really doing any of the crime. Y'all should have protected him at all costs, which is what I kind of think that they did. Which is why I think they're letting him back in, because y'all know y'all need him. He has the thing. I
told you before, I used to talk to somebody who went to school with him in high school.
Yeah.
And so she was said like he was never no street nigga. He was always into music and the arts and all that other shit. Mm-hmm. So like I said, he is the sauce for them.
Yeah.
He can take, I don't know if you watched Snowfall, but there was a dude in Snowfall who was rapping what everybody was doing. He can take y'all lived experiences and make it sound fly on a record.
But I feel like it's just a little sticky if y'all talking about crime. I feel like y'all need to just stop talking about crime. And if y'all want to talk about crime, then talk about some, like, just make some shit up. I don't know. The whole like authenticity in what you're doing thing, I don't think it's necessary anymore. I feel like it can just be an art form, and y'all can tell stories of like maybe people you know, like go to the hood, ask people like what's been going on, tell other people's stories, but you don't need to be in this.
That shit can't do that shit no more. Niggas want a piece now. Don't rap my story and make $1 million and don't give me nothing.
Well, that's because niggas think that they could rap their own story and make millions before they go to jail or get shot up.
Or it's like, nigga, you didn't get shot at for that story. Nigga, like, no, you don't get that. You can't eat off that.
But music has always been storytelling. Like people have always told other people's stories. There's folk tales tell other people's stories. Why can't hip hop be the same?
No, you can.
Telling
but it's just
telling stories of the disenfranchised people in the hood. You made it out. You can use your platform to.
You can, but when a nigga hear his story come out your mouth, he's calling you up and saying, "Nigga, hey, where's my cut?" That's why
there should be a cut if you're using a specific nigga story.
Yeah, or if you're, but see what they'll do is say, "I'm an artist. I'm generalizing." Where it's like, no, I took everything you did and just called you Curtis instead of Thomas, and so now that's the change of the story. So that's where it gets iffy from. Hey man, make good music. I don't care. I like 6ix9ine. So if you can make something that sound good, you don't have to be for real for me. You don't got to be. I ain't with all
That's
that.
Why I tell y'all all the time that this nigga has the worst taste in music. Like, what? You like 6ix9ine?
I listened to him. He made good. It bumped. It bumped. All right, let's get into the Spaces update, man. It was a D-Day.
Can you give me like at least 30 seconds to get over the like pure, very intense form of disappointment that I'm feeling right now?
No, we're about to wrap up, so let's get the Space update
okay,
going.
Fuck me.
It was D-Day in Spaces the other day. It was rough. We had a day that I never thought would ever come, but man. So it started off, we got to blame the list. I think it's only right. Like the list created the language, not didn't create the language, but it rejuvenated the language that was needed for everything else to happen.
These niggas in the Spaces, I guess there's somebody who makes a list.
Shout out to the engineer.
Put respect on the engineer. The most attractive women in the Twitter Spaces. Like, you remember how in like 2010 on Facebook, where we used to make the Facebook pages of like,
we did that on MySpace,
flyest or like best dressed. Like, that's what these grown ass adults are doing. I'm sorry y'all are catching strays.
Not
but
too
like,
much on the engineer. He's a real one. He posts our stuff all the time.
First of all, I know, and I fuck with you heavy.
The heaviest.
But if I fuck with you, I feel like I can also critique you a little bit. Okay. And I feel like it's not crazy for me to say that as a grown ass man, y'all are making lists like we used to in high school. We haven't aged out of this.
I'm with it.
Okay. And then also, in general, I feel like everyone in the Spaces is a little crazy.
We are. We're insane.
So
we're insane individuals. The only thing I don't like about the engineer is that he's a Cowboy fan. Everything else, he's a great guy. Outstanding individual.
He's great. He supports us a lot. He comments. I fuck with him. Dude. Yeah.
I ain't mad at your list, big dog. It just started. It did come from this, and it wasn't just the engineer, but it was a bunch of other guys that joined him as well that made this list up. So just to get
the ladies that are mad about not being on this list or where they are on this list, girl.
Come on, we knew the F-150 wasn't gonna be on the list,
girl.
But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. So let's get into the list. Happens. People were called colorists because the way that the list came out, a lot of the lighter skinned women were above at the top, and there were darker skinned women that people argued should be at the higher. I don't care about arguing the list. Then it happens in our space. So one of the people in our space is a lady made a remark about someone being dark skinned, and that's why they're mad. And that turned into...
Why would they be mad because they're dark skinned? Explain. Quick.
Well, I don't know why. I'm not going to argue for that. I call that colorism.
No, but please leave your explanation in the comments. If you're watching this right now, specifically, what's her name?
Yes.
Why would somebody be mad because they're fucking dark skinned? Please, very quickly explain your goddamn self.
She then comes on stage.
Because is that something that they should be mad about because they're dark skinned?
She then comes on stage doesn't apologize about it. Double downs on she don't care what people think or say about it. Cool. That then erupts everything. Like,
people who are not open to like discussion usually don't give a fuck what other people think.
I mean, that's when you're
about what they just said.
When you're
they
standing
know they're
on
wrong.
something bad like that, yeah, you're right. When they're standing on something bad like that, something that you know there's no reason to stand on it.
Like you just double down on your fucking nonsense.
The next day, the spaces come in and my boy Dub is holding it down like a legend. We in the spaces.
Shout out to Dub.
Grandpa Rick comes on stage. Rocky comes on stage. It starts to get into this conversation regarding information, and then doxing came up. People were.
What was Rocky's opinion on the whole colorism thing?
Oh no, she said she's not cool with that. Rocky never is cool with the colorism shit. Like she thinks that's lame as fuck. So
shout out to Rocky.
But no, she comes in and in the midst of all of this energy being produced from this statement, everybody's taking shots at everybody. And unfortunately, Grandpa Rick, it was the wrong day. Shawty flew too close to the sun. Rocky exposed her name, and then Yaz put other information out where it showed her full name and where she worked at and all this other stuff from her LinkedIn page. And
y'all need to take y'all LinkedIns down, like,
or not put your picture up. Probably be the best thing.
Why is your LinkedIn not private?
Well, you can still have it private. Somebody can still take a picture of it, have your name and all that stuff.
Yeah, but all of the information, like where you worked and all that stuff, it's not available if you are not friends with that person.
I mean, they had information. They was able to get to it. So
yeah, but that's because her LinkedIn isn't private.
Yeah, it could be. Or they could have liked it and she let them in. They don't know.
Yeah, you have to send a friend request and her accept it for that to happen. But whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, so they exposed the LinkedIn page, which I know the conversation of doxing became, but unfortunately, once you put it online on another website, it's as the king of someone who's already done this.
It's not doxing if somebody types in your name and that's they didn't even have to scroll down the Google to click on whatever the fuck information they found. It's not doxing. So, doxing is like you have to go find information that's not readily available.
And it also is about your intent on when you put that information out. Mm-hmm. So what are you intending to do is the bigger argument. Any lawyer could probably argue that just posting it, you're trying to invoke some type of flames and anything like that can happen. But that's neither here nor there. It ran Shawty off the app. Because it was really sad too, because like I was like listening to her because I wasn't on the stage. I got off stage. I'm listening and I could hear once Rocky said the name that she was right, because you tried to play it off like she was wrong. Then she started spelling it and all the other stuff, and then the post came up. It ran off. So everybody was reveling in that too. They was taking screenshots of her page saying it's gone and all this other stuff. I felt bad because I know she was probably embarrassed when that happened.
You should be embarrassed.
And the problem is because a lot of this stuff happened to me though too, and it just wasn't looked at the same way. She led a lot with her what is it? What's the word?
Ambiguity?
What's it? Yeah, not being
anonymity.
Known. Yeah, her name anonymity. She ran largely with that. So that was one of her big things. You would see her tweet about it and all the other stuff. Y'all don't know who I am, all the other stuff. So when you lead like that, you create a glass house that can easily be broken. Mm-hmm. The thing when it happened with me, like when Joe said my name is on my handle. I never was trying to hide anything about me or anything who I was.
And then everybody in the spaces knew that you had a podcast where your full fucking face is on goddamn camera.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
So,
You're not exposing somebody who records themselves on a weekly basis.
No, I know. And I was just saying when it happened to me, it didn't affect the same way because I was never hiding my name.
No.
So like when everybody said that, oh, Joe knows your name, I was like, yeah, look at my handle, guys. It's in my name. Like I'm not hiding who I am. So I think that was one of the reasons it happened. But like I said, I did the whole thing with J1 with the whole posting the once you're getting off of LinkedIn and all these other websites that you've given the okay to, that's what those terms and conditions are telling you. Somebody reposting that isn't inherently wrong. Now, if you're trying to make an argument, they were trying to intimidate you, because now after that happened, there were some language used that if I'm a good lawyer and I have that, recorded, it's going to be easy to say, like, hey, look at this intent. Look at this. They were talking about having it for months. But I feel bad for Grandpa Rick just overall, because I know that, that nobody wants to be embarrassed like that. And she wasn't like she did anything wrong, like she didn't think bad, like job wise. It was a normal ass job, but it's just you built this castle on this type of sand, and when the wind came, it just blew it all away.
So y'all never knew like who she was or what she looked like or anything like that?
We knew what she looked like because she had her picture in her Avi, but we didn't care to know her name. We just called her Grandpa Rick.
Yeah.
But no, I just want everybody to know, man, me and Danny we're not the nasty ones in this. I feel like everybody kept bringing it back to us.
The nasty ones in this is the colorist bitches in the first place.
Yeah.
Like the nasty ones, I still need an answer to that fucking question, because why would somebody be mad because they're dark skinned unless you think that dark skin is something to be mad about or worse in some way? Like, I need an answer for that 100%, because I think you're a weird ass the weirdest of it's unfortunate that Grandpa Rick felt like she had to hide, but you only feel like you have to run and hide after you say fucked up shit.
Yeah, she was going crazy on folks.
So
it was all part of the game.
That's a bed that you made that you're lying in now, and I don't feel bad.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Like, that's unfortunate, but like that's just the consequences of your actions, and that's what we have to face as adults. So that's just the world.
Yeah. And then I was going crazy too earlier that morning. I was calling people Sister Soldier.
Yeah, I heard you.
I was going wild.
Thank you for defending me, baby.
Oh, always.
I love you very much.
Yeah, I just didn't like the inconsistencies of people trying to act like they were these folks who held these standards, but it's like, no, there's people that y'all cool with that was disrespectful to a black woman off of her hair, and that's coded. Like, don't act like I said you're making fun of a black woman as the, how the joke that we'll say. No, like you're literally talking about a black woman's hair. So
yeah, it's a dog whistle.
Yeah, it was so many crash outs that day.
Like, y'all can't do that weird, fake, like shady shit around me. I'm aggressive. So,
and then if
you bitch, like weird ass bitch.
It just felt like afterwards too, man. I felt like what the people in Japan after Hiroshima happened. That's how I felt in the spaces. Like I saw people's shadows on the wall after the bomb and shit. Like, I'm like, oh man, what the fuck happened here? It's wild, man. They still on top talking about it now. Like,
yeah, I heard you earlier, and somebody said something about stop being light skinned. And
they weren't talking about me though.
No, but somebody said that, and somebody else was like, whoa, we not doing that.
Yeah, boy, it's so crazy. That was Mike. Shout out to him, you're a real one. But no, overall, man, we're going to recover. The spaces are going to recover.
Grandpa Rick will be back, I feel like, because y'all are literally addicted to the spaces and the amount of attention that y'all get when y'all are in there.
It was so dope. But Rocky, I will say this though, Rocky did that. She played that one good though, because she didn't post anything. She just read off the girl name or whatever, and then somebody else, then Yaz came and posted it. So yeah, Rocky's hands is clean and all.
So Yaz came and posted it.
But see,
were her and Grandpa Rick not friends?
No, they actually just had like a back and forth the night before. So that's why she was really like had motivated to do that.
Okay.
But y'all, hey man, there's always gonna be consequences to come, more consequences to come. It is what it is.
Was she one of the ladies that was yelling at 10 o'clock in the morning about the nigga that they was both fucking?
No, that wasn't her.
Okay.
That wasn't her. But no, there's
just so many colorful people in those spaces.
Oh yes, very, very colorful. But no, I think that's a good place to wrap up here, man. Just to know that the spaces are a dangerous place, man. People will expose you. So try not to hide anything, I guess. That's all you can do. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, that was everything, baby.
All right, that's good. That's good. Well, I want to thank y'all for listening to Talk FNF TV. Life is a labor of love, so let's keep building these moments together. And remember, your job is not your family. And the only thing you should be exploiting is these corporations. Let them know what they need to do, baby.
Follow us on all of the social media at talk.fnf.tv on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. If you're on YouTube right now, give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you agreed or disagreed or whatever, if you have a thought. Love you. Bye.